Mabuhay! Hi, that's traditional Filipino welcome to people coming into the Philippines. It means come alive. And that's certainly what you do when you come to the beautiful city of Baybay, where at the moment it's 32 degrees and a beautiful sunny day. Let me tell you how we got here. If you remember from our last video, we thankfully got the message that we were negative COVID, so we're COVID free, and 3 days ago we received our certificate proving that we are negative from the Philippines Health Authority, and that piece of paper enabled us to leave our quarantine facility in Manila. So Tuesday morning, the 14th, we went by cab to Manila Airport to fly to Leyte. But let me tell you how we got here. Right, so as we entered the airport, we had our temperature taken, and in the next 300 yards, okay, our temperature was taken again 3 times. A little bit excessive, I think, but some people may have a different opinion. Anyway, so we got through check-in and all right, okay, and sat pleasantly to have a cup of coffee and wait for our flight to be called. And when it was, and when we were boarding, guess what? Yes, had our temperature taken. And as we boarded the plane, guess what? Had our temperature taken again. As we approached the plane, I was pleasantly surprised to see that it was a prop plane, which hopefully some of you saw the video I posted yesterday. It was a really pleasant flight because it doesn't fly that high, and you're able to see quite clearly the islands below us as we flew over them. Really nice. So anyway, say about an hour and 15 minutes flight, and we arrived at Tacloban, which is the capital city of Leyte. And as we entered the airport terminal, guess what? Had a temperature taken. And we collected our bags and baggage and my trusty guitar. And as we entered the airport, guess what? Had a temperature taken again. And there we were met by our nuclear suited attendants, which hopefully again you saw the video I posted yesterday. And they took us to a holding area, and there we waited only about 5 minutes, when we were collected to a bus that took all the people that were going to Baybay City to here. That was about a 2-hour drive, which was pretty hair-raising. The driver was a nutcase, particularly going over the mountain. Very narrow, windy roads, and we were constantly going side to side as we went round the bends. Not very pleasant. But anyway, we arrived safely at Baybay's newest hospital, which looked very plush. But we were ushered into another holding area outside the hospital, where we were very, very surprised to be given some food. Chicken and rice. From Jollibee. That's Philippine equivalent of KFC. I'm not keen on it. It's not quite as nice as KFC, but they seem to like it here. Anyway, it was free food, so what the hell. And after we had our food, 2 more nuclear suited attendants arrived to test us. One by one we went up and were assessed, and we had the finger prick test this time, not the swab, which is very unpleasant. So that didn't take very long at all. There was about 8 of us, I think, there waiting to go waiting to be dropped off to our quarantine areas. And within 15 minutes, we were given the results, and thankfully we were all negative again. So off we came to our facility here, our quarantine facility. We're currently at the Red Palm Hotel in Baybay City. And the bad news is that we are quarantined here for the next 14 days. And when I say quarantine, I mean that. Okay, we cannot leave this room. We've got a bit of a balcony here that we can get out onto and get a bit of fresh air. but we cannot leave our room. Okay, we have food delivered to us. We have to phone in our order, and they drop it off outside our room, and then let us know that it's there. And they go, and we have to pick up our food, and it's really weird, really weird. Thankfully, we have got internet, which isn't bad, better than the last place. Excuse me, COVID. But it has got Netflix and YouTube, so that's keeping us pretty well occupied. The TV, not so good. It's a bit like Freeview in the UK, which is all the basic. Here it's all the basic Filipino stations. Not that brilliant. But as I say, Netflix and YouTube keeps us busy. And of course I've got my guitar here, so that keeps us pretty busy too. So here we are for about 14 days, where they will monitor us and make sure that we are still negative when we leave. Hopefully, we're keeping our fingers crossed that we won't have to stay the full 14 days, but we're expecting that. And to be honest, we're getting a little bit, we're only 2 days in, getting a little bit stir crazy already, but it is what it is, and we have to put up with it. Okay, so that's about it really. It's the latest update. I won't give another one now for a few days, I guess, because probably not an awful lot to talk about. But I hope you're all well there. Despite being quarantined, it's lovely here, being able to sit outside in beautiful sunshine, 32 degrees, loving it. Okay, speak to you soon. Bye bye for now.